It was way before that, because he wasn't wearing a wedding ring when I met him.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've courted.
Would you look at that? Isn't it just darling how all the other wives have, like, blossomed over the years? They're practically glowing. Meanwhile, Robyn? Yeah, not so much. She's taken a hard left turn into the land of unfortunate. Honestly, I think the lack of any real self-confidence is probably playing a major role here. She's got that permanent resting a face going on, and let's be real, smiling seems to be a foreign concept to her at this point. And if you ask me, the only person still getting any attention from Kody these days is Janelle. I mean, let's be honest here. We're not blind. And Robyn? Oh, she says, I like your wedding ring. And you can just hear it. Huh? What? No, this ring? Paft, it's just a cool ring. Not because of any deep sentimental value, or because it used to mean something. Nah, it's just the only finger it fits on. Nothing special, really. And when she asked if he loved his first 2 wives, oh, Kody's probably like, no, I never loved them. Not even close. No feelings at all, totally just a thing we did, you know? But hey, if you'll excuse me for a sec, I'm just gonna do a quick exorcism on this thing and melt it down. Gotta get rid of all that sentimental garbage, right? We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. So, Kody melting Meri's ring. Oh, I totally get it now. If you watch these people long enough, they have this uncanny habit of telling on themselves, usually by, lying through their teeth. But seriously, what was Kody's big reason for melting her ring? I think I've cracked it. Meri has spent decades making it painfully clear just how much she loves Robyn. Like, if you had any doubts, don't worry. She's going to over-explain that love for you. It's almost like she's protesting way too much. But here's the kicker. I actually think Meri never wanted Robyn to join the family. Like, at all. She probably said something like, it's just not the right time, or maybe she had concerns about how it would upset the balance. Finances? Logistics? The list of reasons Meri likely had goes on. But she was very careful to phrase it all in this sweet, submissive way, like she was just so thoughtful about it. And what did she get for her troubles? Oh, only punishment. Big time. Kody's reasoning, he couldn't let Meri have any claim on him. Can't have that, right? Oh no, that would be just terrible. A woman thinking she has some kind of say in the matter. So Kody showed her exactly where she stood. His complete and utter contempt for her opinion was practically written on his face. That was the moment she realized. If she wanted to stay in his good graces, she had a script to follow. And boy, did she follow it for decades, sucking up to Robyn, loving her, supporting her, all of it. Why? Because Meri knew exactly what she had to do to prove she could be the perfect sister wife in Kody's eyes. Let's also not forget the weirdly timed shift in family traditions. You remember when the family celebrated Joseph Smith's birthday every year, and then, out of nowhere, they decided to stop? Yeah, that's right around the time Robyn joined the family. Same goes for the kids going to plig school until Robyn came in the picture. What's the pattern there? Oh, right, everything changed when Robyn showed up. Meri wearing that ring. Totally fine with Christine, Janelle, and Kody, until Robyn joined the family. Suddenly, Kody needed to make sure Meri didn't get any ideas about having claim over him. He didn't even question it. And when Robyn said something about it, Kody was all in. No questions asked, just like every other weird shift in the family dynamics. Honestly, this makes total sense. If you go back to season 1, Meri was on the same page as Christine and Janelle about a lot of things concerning Robyn. But if she was so in love with Robyn, wouldn't that have been a little strange? Yeah, no kidding. Kody rewarding her for backing off makes perfect sense. Before the wedding, he was all loving and supportive. But after that, he threw her a bone and said, Here, follow the script, and maybe I'll tolerate you a little longer. Here's the really gross part. Someone on another thread did the math on this whole catfish incident. According to the timeline at the tell-all, this happened 7 years after Kody essentially checked out on Meri, right after they had a miscarriage. So when Kody accompanied Meri to IVF and Robyn offered to be a surrogate, yeah, that was evil. It wasn't just cold, it was malicious. I'm also betting Meri didn't really want Robyn to join the family. She just didn't think she had a choice. If Kody wanted it, well, she was just supposed to fall in line. The cherry on top? Kody probably saw her fertility struggles as some sort of divine punishment. Pay done. Ever the Kody mini-me? Straight up said that God punished Meri by giving her only one child, and that child was trans. So no grandkids for you, Meri. God's definitely on Kody's side here. After the miscarriage, Kody definitely iced Meri out. I think you've hit the nail on the head. The more you think about it, the more everything starts making sense. Why Meri acted so strangely around Robyn, why she stuck around, why she put up with so much crap. It all fits. Honestly though, I really hope Meri tells her side of the story one day, because I think we're only scratching the surface of what went down. So, Leon being on the show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a storyline anytime soon. I'm doing a rewatch of Sister Wives, and let me tell you, Kotex, because honestly, that's what we're calling him now. Made this gem of a comment before Meri and Janelle went to the Women's March. He literally said that gay people have more rights now, so why do they even need to go? Classic. And then, when Leon came out, Kotex's version of acceptance was about as warm as a bucket of cold water. He was all like, "It's not for me to judge," and then followed that up with the classic, "They'll face their judgment from God." Oh, okay, sure. Sounds like a real cop-out, so he doesn't have to reveal how he really feels. Here's the thing. A lot of the kids have made it clear they don't want to be on camera. They don't want their lives turned into a storyline. Take Logan's wedding, for example. It wasn't filmed, but poor Gwen didn't want her engagement party filmed. But that didn't stop them from using it as an excuse to shove Kody meeting David for the first time into our faces. Because, of course, that's what really matters. Good for Leon, though, for setting boundaries and actually sticking to them. Now, looking back, it's kinda telling that Leon and Audrey peacefully packed up and left Flagstaff during coronavirus and didn't bother to tell Kody. When Kody went over to Meri's place, where they were staying after fleeing Chicago, he found out that they had already left days earlier. And let's not forget, Leon hadn't even transitioned at that point, and the relationship with Kody was clearly not that great. I mean, they didn't even feel the need to give him a heads up. But hey, that's on them. Meri definitely wasn't obligated to play messenger here. If Leon wanted Kody to know, they could have told him themselves. And look, considering the absolute hate storm Meri and Leon get in Meri's Instagram comments, it's no wonder Leon wants to keep a low profile. I'm sure there's zero compassion in that fan base when it comes to understanding trans people, except, on Reddit, where everyone suddenly turns into a human being for 5 minutes. Honestly, for Leon's mental health, staying off the show is probably the best move. As much as I'd love to hear their thoughts on the chaotic circus that is the Brown family, putting them through more public attacks would just be a nightmare. So yeah, it's probably for the best they stay off-screen. But man, a transitional storyline would be wild to watch, wouldn't it? Robyn, take a seat because we need to talk about accountability, or more accurately, the lack of it. You're asking if she's ever admitted to doing anything wrong, huh? That's a great question, because if I had $1 for every time she avoided umming up to her actions, I could probably buy a mansion next to Kody's. Though I'd probably have to deal with his new favorite wife drama, but that's a whole other issue. The other wives, they've had their moments of introspection. Meri, Kody, Christine, and Janelle have all said, "I could have done this better," or "I messed up there." But Robyn, you might as well be asking if she's ever apologized for not being able to see her reflection in a mirror because of all the "I'm perfect" vibes she's giving off. Let's take that big purity talk of hers, where she made it sound like the only mistake she ever made was getting pregnant with Dayton. And even then, it was because someone tricked her, because, of course, it can't possibly be her fault, right? We get it, Robyn. You're a helpless victim of bad decisions. It's not like she's shy about talking to Kody or explaining things for him, though. It's like she's the personal translator for his feelings. Oh, Kody didn't mean to hurt you. He's just misunderstood. But when it comes to her actions, it's like she turns into an interpretive dance of evasion. Apparently, she only speaks Kody, not Robyn. You just hit the nail on the head too, when you mentioned the tell-all from last season. She's all like, "I feel like we failed," but somehow manages to explain why everyone else is responsible for it. It's like a masterclass in deflecting blame, with zero acknowledgement of her own role in the chaos. She could have said, "Hey, I could have done things differently," but nope, it's just a continuous loop of, "I didn't do anything wrong, it's all their fault." So yeah, to answer your question, no, she owns nothing, and I think she's more than happy to keep it that way. Can we all just agree that Andy Cohen is the only one who should ever moderate these things? The man does not play around. He actually watches the shows, knows what's going on, and isn't afraid to call people out for their nonsense. Sure, he might have a few favorites, but that doesn't stop him from dragging them if they deserve it. TLC could never afford him though. I mean, TLC versus Bravo? That's like comparing a cardboard box to a luxury yacht. But seriously, what are we doing here? Why would you pick a moderator for a tell-all when they clearly don't watch the show? It's like asking a stranger off the street to read a novel they've never heard of. They can't relate to the audience, and good luck getting coherent questions out of them. The whole thing is just mind-boggling. Now, Andy, he's smooth. He'll ask the tough questions and won't let anyone off the hook, even if they're lying through their teeth or acting a fool. He's the only one who can actually moderate a reunion and make it worth watching. But let's be real, Andy's only great when he's still invested in the show and is a producer. Just look at his below-deck reunions. They're basically the same stale mess we get from Sister Wives. No matter who moderates, production's got their hands tied behind their back, limiting what's allowed to be asked. People are nostalgic for the old Sister Wives reunions, but let's be real, they were rarely anything worth remembering. I mean, the only memorable moment was the nacho comment, and I don't even think the moderator asked about it. Which, by the way, was already spoiled in the book before the reunion aired. Robyn, the queen of unsolicited eating commentary. Like, seriously, why does she feel the need to bring up how little she eats all the time? You know, every other sentence is something along the lines of, "Oh, I can't eat or I'll throw up," or "I never have an appetite," or "I just can't eat when I'm upset," as if she's single-handedly carrying the weight of the world on her fragile little shoulders. I mean, yes, I get it. Stress can mess with your appetite. But it's not like she's just saying this once in a while. It's like she's trying to compete with the other wives for the most delicate and fragile award. Even in her book, she throws out this gem. "Oh, it's good for our household that the kids are welcome at the other moms' pantries, because Brina and I eat so little." Like what? Why is this a thing that needs to be said aloud? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her eating habits, but the constant reminder is, well, weird. And I'm not even trying to dig into whether she eats too much or too little. It's not about the quantity, it's about the constant need to bring it up like it's a badge of honor. It's almost like she's cultivating this damsel in distress routine. Robyn, the delicate, fragile flower who simply cannot handle food in the face of any sort of emotional upheaval. I honestly don't know how the OG wives managed to listen to her without rolling their eyes so hard they're still stuck in the back of their heads. And let's be real, this isn't just about eating. This is Robyn's thing. She always has to be different. Oh, my parenting style is totally unique. My kids are more virtuous. My children have trouble sleeping, so obviously we need special accommodations. It's like every little detail about her life gets its own spotlight. Everything has to change because Robyn is now part of the equation. Honestly, at this point, the whole family might need a manual to figure out how to adjust to whatever new thing she's decided makes her special this week. The real Kody Brown, finally unmasked. So I decided to start watching Sister Wives from the very beginning and realized I'd somehow missed, like, 3 or 4 seasons. Guess what? I was living abroad starting in 2012. No big deal. Anyway, the Kody transformation is like watching an evil genius finally take off his Clark Kent glasses. It's painfully clear when you hit the end of season 8, or whenever they had that ridiculous commitment party. Meri's off to school. Robyn's whining she can't have another baby without more help, and Kody? He's like, poof, out comes Jekyll, and in slides Hyde. It's almost like watching a social experiment. What used to be charmingly awkward, gee golly, I'm just a humble Opie Gomer Pyle hybrid Kody, morphs into a self-proclaimed patriarch wannabe. And if you didn't see it coming, brace yourself. Christine calls out this guy named Ken Griffin for his ridiculous text about Kody needing to divorce 3 wives to get back into the church. But here's where it gets really twisted. Christine actually backs down. She admits, yeah, I'm hormonal. I'm unreasonable. Excuse me, but is she really brainwashed, or is she just scared out of her mind? Then we get the true Kody charm, where he starts bullying his own kids. Garrison's trying to make his own decisions about ROTC and Hawaii, and Kody's like, oh nope, you're not doing that. Because, of course, Kody knows what's best for everyone, right? And that hypocrisy? Chef's kiss. Christine's aunt gets kicked to the curb for speaking her mind, but Kody's still BFS with Ken, even after that whole divorce your wives and come back to the church debacle. But wait, it gets better. Robyn, who's practically Kody's partner in crime, gets in on the fun too. During the debate, emotional dumpster fire, she feigns outrage, and then drops the classic sweetie comment like she's somehow the voice of reason. Seriously, it's all about that fox-sweet manipulative charm. And poor Meri. She's handed everything to Robyn and Kody on a silver platter, and what does she get in return? A whole lot of cruelty. I mean, Robyn actually demands that Meri show up to her non-wedding wedding. Oh, and don't forget all the baby showers and adoption parties Kody and Robyn have while Meri just sits there, looking like she's been left out in the cold for hours. You can practically feel the emotional frostbite through the screen. I'm only on season 10, and Kody's still on his self-important power trip. Janelle and Meri decorating for Thanksgiving? Hilarious. But Kody? He's just getting worse. The dude's trying so hard to be the big shot he thinks he is. And let's talk about Kody as a showboat, because trust me, he's not just some over-the-top guy for laughs. He's a dangerous showboat. Seriously, when you dig deep, you start to see the manipulation. It's like this constant push for control, for validation, and for everyone to bow to his so-called wisdom. His ego has its own orbit at this point. Now, on to the latest season. Just started watching and immediately noticed Kody and Robyn, frankly, getting way too comfortable in their roles as emotional tyrants. Case in point, that insane conversation between Meri and Kody about the Lehigh house. Meri was trying to get Kody's thoughts on fixing it up to sell, and this guy's out here being unnecessarily nasty for absolutely no reason. I mean, he's berating her, saying she's not doing anything right, and that he is going to have to fix everything. And none of his points even make sense. You don't just ask contractors what they want to do with your house. You make a plan first, then get estimates. But nope, Kody can't be bothered to think things through. And Robyn, oh, she's totally unhinged. She has this full meltdown over Meri wanting to take some classes at MSc. Because, of course, Meri's personal growth is a direct threat to Robyn's ability to live her chaotic, too busy to actually do anything life. I mean, how unprepared was Robyn during that whole business presentation? She had nothing ready, and it showed. She was just babbling, floundering. It's like she's overwhelmed by the concept of doing even the bare minimum. Then there was the one-on-one interview session where they aired that clip of Kody and Janelle fighting. Everyone's faces, dark, as in, like a serious raw nerve had been hit. Kody was beyond aggressive. He was downright dismissive and disrespectful, and you could just feel the history of tension. All the wives seemed to know exactly what that fight meant. That's their reality. It's like living with an emotional bomb ready to go off at any moment. Look, I think Kody has always had these deeply ingrained authoritarian and misogynistic views. But the truly terrifying part is how unchecked they've become. The mask of goofy, harmless Kody, it's completely gone, and now we're seeing who he really is. A guy who uses charm to control and manipulate, but ultimately doesn't give a damn about anyone but himself. It's as clear as day. And, to be honest, it's almost too painful to watch. But here I am, unable to look away. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.